My mom is suing me for wanting to leave for college. Mom bashes my face into the ground and says she's gonna sue me for emotional damage for going to college. For a little background info, I'm a 17-year-old girl who's balancing 2 jobs in senior year while my 24-year-old brother has no job and lives upstairs in our attic with his girlfriend who also has no job. They'll sometimes go deliver food, but they spend all of that money on alcohol. My mother pays all the bills and sometimes buys groceries, but that gets a little hard with all my senior fees she pays, plus I go to a private school, so that's more money. Ever since I got my job I started to buy myself and my mother food so we could have something to eat for the week. I started noticing my brother coming down into the kitchen multiple times a day and the food would be gone that night. If I bought food Monday, all of it would be gone by Wednesday morning. We began hiding the good food, but eventually, he'd find that and eat it. I even wrote my name and do not eat on stuff, but that didn't stop him either. Once he ate all the food, that was it until the next week I'd get paid and we'd only have bread, pasta and cheese to eat for that week. About a month ago I went to the doctor and found out I lost a substantial amount of weight in 3 months, and I decided to put my foot down since my mother never would. Every time he'd eat anything I'd text him a fee for the food. I'd keep nagging him and he'd eventually pay me back. Well, about 2 days ago I bought a case of Ensure, which is a weight gain protein drink. Nobody else in my house would have any reason for drinking them. The next day when I woke up, the whole pack of 6 was gone. The empty case was left in the fridge. I exploded and called him and his girlfriend losers who needed to get the F out. I let 3 years of anger out and lost it. I told them they both owe me over $1,000 worth of food for these past years, and I left before he could respond. While at school, my mom and grandparents kept texting me about how I was out of line and how family doesn't treat each other like this, but I can't find it in myself to care. I asked my friends what they thought and there were mixed opinions, but the majority said I was out of line and should have let my mother handle it. Verdict: not the asshole who would then be left with bread, water and pasta while him and his girlfriend would constantly go out for food while also paying no bills and leaving everything on my mom. I have a gluten problem, so I can't eat bread and pasta and I'd essentially be left starving almost. Once I did get a job, I'd buy things I'd be able to eat and he still eat everything up in 2 days, and for the next week I was left to starve again. It got to the point where I had lost so much weight my doctor was concerned. He recommended I started to drink some protein shakes and get a better balanced diet. I had bought a few cases of Ensures and when I went to get them the next day they were all gone. So I immediately purchased a mini fridge and installed a lock on my door. This was fine for about 3 months until I came home and my door was removed and my mother berated me and basically yelled at me for holding out on them. Anyways, to sum that part up, for the next few months nothing changed, but I was able to eat a little more and I'm up to a healthy weight. I also got a full ride to my top college and they invited me to their honors college and a summer program which will give me college credits, and they'll also fly me out to them. All I'd have to pay for was my dorm supplies and clothes if I wanted any new ones. When I told my mom about it, she immediately said no to the program and to college because I'd be leaving her and she needs me because I'm her rock and I can't just leave her with my brother. Like, okay? Then kick him out and live by yourself. This is the same man she protected and kept taking his side during arguments. Everyone in my family has cut him off but her. After like 3 arguments about the program, I enrolled anyways because my grandparents gave me money to pay for my enrollment and board fee, which was like $500. But since I'm 17 they emailed her to confirm if I could go. Luckily she was cooking, so I just ran into her room and accepted it myself and deleted the email. Well, the program starts June 11th and the whole week before that I was packing and slowly hiding things in my grandparents' house until it was time for me to leave. I don't know how, but my mom found out and called the college to say she never signed the slip and that I would not be enrolled. She then broke my computer saying that I won't need it since I won't be going to college anyways. I had called the college and there was nothing I could really do since I was a minor at the time, but 2 weeks ago I turned 18 and explained my situation to the college and they let me continue the program but said I'd have to pay for the flight down here myself. After that I called my grandma and had her come get me and the rest of my things. My mom was pissed. She was screaming, crying and yelling, asking me how could I just abandon her with my brother after all she's done for me. I still have the knot on my head from her tackling me and making me bang my head against our concrete stairs. My grandparents asked me if I wanted to press charges, but honestly I just want to be away from her. She keeps texting me after what happened and said she's going to sue me for emotional damage, but that's not likely since she can't even afford to feed her family. I'm living with my grandparent now and I've never been more fed. I think I'll get all my strength back before I leave my grandparents' house. This is all honestly crazy for me because she's never acted like this. This past year she's been on a downward spiral.